Mount Hood, Oregon's highest point with a summit elevation around 11,250 feet above sea level. This area is a popular recreation destination year-round and even offers skiing and snowboarding in the summer months. And about halfway up the mountain at 6,000 feet is the iconic Timberline Lodge, built in 1937. We've been wanting to visit this place ever since seeing it in the 1980 film based on Stephen King's novel, The Shining. And even though the Timberline was only used in some of the exterior shots of the movie, this lodge as a whole was nothing short of amazing to see. As popular as it is, it doesn't seem like a huge RV destination. So today, we're going to show you why you should include it on your next Pacific Northwest trip. After staying at the relaxing Mount Hood Village campground for a bit, we were ready to move on, but not before first visiting this popular tourist attraction and spending the night at the base of it. We're at the base of Mount Hood in one of the numerous snow parks that are all around that you can stay at in the summertime in your RV for free. And we are so excited to explore Mount Hood just a little bit because we've never been here.
Yeah, and it's turning out to be a great day already because when we woke up, it was pretty cold, a little bit hazy, some rain. We actually woke up to rain this morning. And since we've driven here, the sky is blue, the trees are popping 50 shades of green, the sun is shining, and the mountain is just bing!
We actually did a little unexpected impromptu hike this morning right next to our campground at Mount Hood Village, and we got to see the underwater viewing of the Salmon River, and that was pretty exciting to see within walking distance of our campsite.
Well, it was a great start walking through that little nature trail and being amongst all of the mossy trees. You know, we've spent a lot of time on the coast of Oregon, but we haven't spent a lot of time inland Oregon, with the exception of Bend, which is different being in a big city. So we're really excited to explore Mount Hood.
This is the furthest of the snow parks away from the Timberline Lodge, and we kind of wanted to check this one out first. I saw there was a view of Mount Hood here, so it's really why we wanted to come and, you know, just check it out. But we're going to go by the next couple snow parks on our way to the Timberline Lodge. How cool is it you can sleep in parking lots like this?
I think it's super cool.
You remember Crater Lake?
I do remember Crater Lake. This one feels a little bit larger, more open. But what I notice is it also has pit toilets. So if you're in a car or a rig that has super small tanks, like a cassette toilet or something, it's always nice to be able to use resources like that. Now, I'll probably use the comforts of ours, but it's really good knowing that it's there for those that need it.
Keep in mind it's 4,000 feet elevation here, so it was 90 degrees just earlier this week where we left at about 1,000 foot elevation, and up here it's going to be in the 40s overnight.
It gets cold, yeah. I was saying we might be cranking that propane heater.
Just a few miles down the road, and even closer to the Timberline Lodge, is a handful of spots you can stay at with your RV. There's a few free options and a really nice campground at Trillium Lake too. These are all really close to each other, and as you turn off the highway towards the campground, there's another snow park. This one's a little bit smaller, but still has plenty of room for numerous rigs. If you continue down Trillium Lake Road about a half mile, you'll come up to more of a traditional style boondocking spot in the National Forest. And this one's called the Trillium Lake Airstrip. Basically, just a dirt and gravel dry camping area in the woods. Kind of a little bit creepy back here, but it's probably fine. And then lastly, you run into a more traditional style National Forest campground right on Trillium Lake. We ended up driving through it and checking it out. They have a size limit, around 40 feet, but as you can see, it's pretty narrow and pretty overgrown. We barely fit just doing the loop on the main road at 34 feet long and 12.5 feet tall. So I don't really recommend it for giant fifth wheels or a really tall Class A, but the lake itself is extremely beautiful, and it did look like a nice place to stay for a while and enjoy the area. Maybe next time for us. But the really great thing is, the start of the Timberline Road is only a few miles away. From here, we continue the ascent all the way up to 6,000 feet elevation to get to the historic Alpine Lodge. Well, that was a fun drive up the mountain.
That was very beautiful. Nice and sunny view of the mountain. It would come and go in little pops. And then the whole time you're surrounded by these beautiful pine trees. It's the prettiest, most luscious, dense trees maybe I've ever seen.
So here is the parking lot for the Timberline Lodge. It's just so cool up here. I'm just excited to see what this is all about.
Yeah, the cars are kind of like all over the place in here.
No RVs, a bunch of vans, but like no RVs. Yeah, we'll just take a big spot in the middle here, babe.
Just right here.
We just kind of need to be able to turn out of here. You know what I mean? Oh, look at the two puppies. They've never done that. They are tired. They're like, we're gonna sit in the driver's seat till you guys come back and you're not leaving us and we're going to bed.
They're so cute because they know that on travel days, up there is where the action is. So when we get up and leave, or if they're starting to feel like some anxiety where we might be leaving them, they go sit in the driver's seat so that we can't leave without them.
Well, we're definitely the biggest thing in the lot here.
We're the champions.
I didn't know what to expect, but we are 34 feet. I didn't see anything bigger than probably 22 feet up here.
Would you see a few vans?
Yeah, vans and some truck campers and things like that.
Classic.
But I'm glad to say that we fit. I feel comfortable.
It was an easy drive up.
Super easy.
But here we are now. We're going to go check out the lodge itself. We might do some dining in there. We have no idea what to expect. So
I'm going to go ahead and say it's noon. I haven't ate yet. Our first stop will be dining.
We're going to have lunch.
So we were supposed to watch the movie before we went to Yosemite. We didn't. We didn't watch it before we came here.
But
so.
honestly, it's The Shining. We've seen it, what, 15 times?
Yeah, but I can't remember where like the outside kind of shots are.
But I'm getting the spooks. I'm getting the Shining spooks. I can see Jack Nicholson. Here's Johnny coming at me. And it would be super cool if part of the inside was filmed here so that you could go in and do it. But it's fun to connect the dots between the locations.
Yeah, so hopefully we can walk right in and kind of check everything out. I'm sure they're pretty tourist friendly here. And we'll pick a spot to have lunch.
Perfect. The Timberline Lodge is without a doubt the highlight at Mount Hood for us. I could walk around in here for days too. The architecture in here is incredible. The little details, the nooks and crannies, so much to look at. And then on top of all that, they have dining, they have bars. There's 3 different places that you can eat or drink. There's the Cascade Room, which is a buffet. They do a buffet lunch and I think a fancy dinner. There's the Mezzanine Room, which is a full menu that you can order off of with a bar as well. And then there's the Blue Ox, which is the little pizza joint, cozy in an old wood room. There was a very nice bartender in there. She could sense that this was our first time here, so she filled us in that at the original construction and opening of the lodge, they realized they did not include a bar. So they turned that wood room into the bar. quickly they outgrew it, and then the other 2 restaurants and bars were built to follow. But it was a really cool piece of history to learn. And when you're down in the Blue Ox, it just feels like you're being hugged by these walls. It's dark and cozy and everybody's just chillaxed down there. And honestly, that's kind of the vibe that I'm feeling right now. I know Erin loves pizza 24/7, so I'm thinking that that's where we're gonna end up for lunch.
I know, week after week we're showing pizza. It looks like we're eating pizza like every day, but
we're not. There's a lot of time in between these believe me. But what I liked about the pizza at this place is they have a special artisanal crust that ferments for 24 hours, and you can tell just by looking at it and by smelling it that this pizza, the dough, is made with love and care. I would love to spend a couple of nights here. I saw on a sign they did have available rooms. I don't know if they are dog friendly or not, but we did see a big, is that a St. Bernard dog?
Yeah.
A big St. Bernard dog chilling out in the hallway. I think that it won Employee of the Year. And then we saw another big painting, and it looked like some sort of a special man. I don't know what his name was or what his story is, but he had what looked like the same exact dog with him. So I think there's a story behind that one. Well, the Blue Ox is a home run. We came just at the right time. We snagged a table as somebody exited, and we already ordered our pizza. We got pretty much the same pizza we get everywhere we go. If you follow along, this is a pop quiz, but our pizza is sausage and mushroom. At this place, they offered fresh garlic as an additional topping, so we did that as well. We typically always do the build your own pizza with sausage and mushroom. And I also got a side of meatballs.
So weird to see people skiing and snowboarding in August. So the coolest thing I think about the Timberline is that it's not just like a hotel where you feel out of place if you're not staying there. You know, that might be a little bit different vibe for the people that are staying here. It might be a little different, but overall, I mean, just seeing hundreds and hundreds of people just enjoying this place is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I would love to spend a couple nights here and just be one of those people. You get to just lounge around, soak it in. If you have a day, come up here. If you have half a day, come up here. Like, it is worth it.
We got about 7 miles, 13 minutes to get to the bottom of the mountain where we get to sleep tonight. I mean, how cool is that? You get to hang out at the Timberline Lodge all day, as long as you want, and then you literally have your choice of spots, snow parks, parking lots where you can sleep.
I like that there's no pressure to end your day early, to get there early, to get like a good spot, because you're, like you said, you're just going to parking lot.
Yeah, it's a parking lot.
So it's no pressure. There's plenty of space, plenty of options, the perfect ending, and free. You can't beat it.
definitely a busy spot. I can't even imagine how many tourists come here, and the history of it is super interesting. I'd like to learn a little bit more.
I would too. We should look some stuff up when we get home.
We do know that it was built in the 30s, and it was abandoned by the 50s, where one of the current families that own it came and actually rejuvenated the whole property. Pretty cool.
These guys have really bad driver.
Yeah, you're in Touristville right now. There's probably all types of bad drivers.
I don't even know what he's doing, man.
He doesn't even know what he's doing. So of the 3 snow parks we looked at today, the most level, closest, easiest looking one was the one called, what was it called? Snow Bunny. It was called Snow Bunny Snow Park. And it's basically just a parking lot that you can use in the summertime when they're not using it in the wintertime, which you need reservations to stay.
And a permit.
Permits, I mean, not reservations.
November through April.
So hopefully when we get down there, it's going to be empty, wide open. There was one RV there earlier, and there'll probably be a couple, but hopefully we'll find a level spot and tuck in for the night. Yeah, let me run off. Those porta potties weren't there when we were here last time, right? So it's been a while since we slept in a parking lot, I guess. You know, this is the most level out of the 3, and it's really not that level. They make these have a pretty good slope, I think, for, you know, snow runoff and whatnot.
But luckily we were able to find a position in the parking lot where we could be level enough to get the jacks down without any ramps.
Well, there's always so many things that you want to sit and worry about. Sometimes it's solar, sometimes it's like where your bedroom slide is. You know, like our bedroom is facing the highway out there. So that's kind of something that's, you know, we don't know how busy that highway is at night or how noisy it is. And,
yeah.
You know, you got to position ourselves to get out of here in case it gets busy. You don't know.
Yeah. I like that we're backed in and we're positioned to just pull out. I also like that if we did need to pull out for any reason, we don't have to go get leveling blocks or ramps. We can do everything from right inside of here.
Yeah,
if we had to boogie out and run.
That was my goal, was to not have to use any type of ramps or blocks or anything. Just like, can we just use the auto level, put the slide out, and just relax?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. So now we're going to take the little doggies for a walk out there. And,
the final walk of the day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of exhausted. It's fun going out and sightseeing, but it wears you down.
We got pizza for dinner. We don't have to cook anything.
That's nice.
And we got leftover meatballs.
Meatballs. I forgot to tell you, not only do we get pizza a lot, but I tend to get a side of meatballs with my pizza when it's an option. And the meatballs at the Blue Ox are probably the best meatballs I've had in the country.
Wow, and you've had some handmade, homemade meatballs before.
I've had lots of meatballs. Yeah, the ones I got in Boston were pretty good. I'm just thinking recently, like Moab was not very good. So maybe that's why these ones are really good, because it's following up ones that weren't my favorite.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. Yeah, looking forward to relaxing, getting a little work done, putting the feet up.
Yeah, so I don't think there's any Verizon here. We're going to mess around with that. There's a little bit of T-Mobile. Obviously, Starlink would work in this parking lot. June's yawning. She's had enough of the busy day, too.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
Well, what a fun time. Ever wonder where the name Irene Iron Travels comes from? It's actually named after my online fitness and nutrition coaching business, Irene Iron Fitness. I help people move better, feel better, and eat better with strength training and real food. No fad diets, no harsh restrictions, no counting calories, and absolutely no processed food in a package. If you want to get stronger and feel better at any age, check the description below for the links with my new client special, or join in on our next and upcoming group challenge.